Primrose residents on Gauteng's East Rand are complaining about a lack of service delivery in their area. They say some parts are without power for 2 days at a time, while others have been without electricity for 10 days. Residents also say they've been struggling with water issues for weeks. Newzroom Afrika's Nqobile Madlala is there. She joins us live this morning. It's a double whammy there in the community of Primrose, Nqobile, water and power issues.
Well, definitely, Michelle, it's been very difficult for a lot of families. In fact, where we are, we have a mother that has 2 children to take care of, one that is actually needing power because it is an infant that needs to be fed consistently, and they can't do that because there's no power, but also at the same time, there is no water. I'm going to bring her in now to speak to us about how difficult this has been. I mean, I can imagine, especially for the young one, as a mother, this must be one of the hardest times for you.
It's incredibly difficult. As I was saying, just to make bottles in the night is terribly hard. We're very fortunate to have a gas stove, so during the day we can boil water, but in the middle of the night we're having to fill a flask and then try and make it in the middle of the night. And as you know, tiny babies don't wait for their bottle. They want it right now.
And I mean, I suppose this also fringes on your, it also affects your safety to not have power.
No, definitely. I mean, as in any residence in South Africa, we know we've got electric fences, we've got our alarm systems. In our case, we've had a break-in 4 years ago, so we're a little bit more cautious. We actually have security cameras as well, and we don't have any way of powering that. I think we're a bit more cautious also because we live on the edge of the reserve, so we have no boundaries in terms of other people, and people walk about on the reserve uninterrupted. So we always have some problems coming from that side, and we have no way to protect ourselves.
And I mean, you were telling me this also affects, because I know we got lost trying to get to you because of the power issues in the area as well. This also affects, obviously, your phones as well.
Yes, so we have terrible signal up here. When we moved, we put in a booster so that we can actually get significant signal. And without that, without electricity, we can't make phone calls. We can't get onto WhatsApp very well. So again, with having small children, we always worry about any risks and security, and then if I can't call out, that poses another risk as well. It is quite scary.
And I think I understand also that you don't have water. Tell me why.
So when our power goes off, because we're on the mountain specifically, I know everyone is gravity fed, or mostly not gravity fed, but we then get no water as well because there's no way of pumping the water up to us. So typically when we have no electricity, we also have no water. But on late, we've not had water on and off for about 3 weeks.
And I mean, I understand at this point you are sitting at 48 hours with no power?
That's correct, yes.
And how's that?
It's wonderful. No, it's horrible. It's absolutely terrible. I mean, we're very fortunate we have an inverter, but that is now also flat. So I work from home, which means now today I can't work. We can't do bath. I mean, our children haven't bathed properly. I mean, I've been bathing out of a dish with water, which is fine, but, you know, to wash my little girl's hair, for instance, I can't wash her hair, so I haven't sent her to swimming for 2 weeks.
All right, thank you very much for speaking to us. That is Megan. I mean, Michelle, if you just think about how this is so difficult for so many people, this area having had no power for over 48 hours now, they also don't have water, so becoming very difficult. We are going to be meeting more people a little later on who are also struggling just not far from here. They haven't had power for 14 days.
Yeah, it's incredibly difficult without power. It becomes all the more difficult without water, Nqobile. What are officials saying about the situation there?
So we do know that at this point that they said that they were out at night to ensure that they look into the cable. There seems to have been a cable that has blown out in the area. They said that they were working on it. We do know that they said that at this point they had cut the piece of the cable that had blown out and it was going to be replaced. But it's 48 hours of no power for people that really need it. So whilst they work on it, people here still need to figure out how to continue.
Nqobile Madlala is in Primrose on Gauteng's East Rand. Thanks very much indeed.